Hi guys, welcome to Knit the Books, a video podcast for yarn and book enthusiasts by yarn and book enthusiasts. I'm Allie.
I'm Vicky.
Thank you guys for joining us today.
It's been a couple of weeks. How you been?
I've been good. How about you?
Been good.
Good. Yeah, we were gonna record last week, but I went out of town with some coworkers, so Mom was nice to let me reschedule with her so I could go out of town with them. And I brought what we did, and I'll talk about that later, just to show you guys what we did. But
had fun with her friends. That's always
yes.
a good thing.
Yes. But there has been some knitting on my part. How about you?
A little bit.
Have you finished anything?
I have. I haven't got two things. Have you finished anything?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my... What month are we in? August. This would be my July hat for kiddos. Isn't it cute? It's a little bit... Needs to be blocked. It's a little out of shape, but I'll fix it up. It's cute. Just a roll brim.
What's the yarn?
Karen Super Soft or K-Run, whatever.
Well, I finished a few hats.
Oh, you go. You sure have.
Okay, I don't know what got into me in July, but I got into a little kick. So, whoops, I'll pick that up in a second.
I got it.
Oh, well, thank you. First, I have this hat. This was knit out of Dream in Color that I had left over. I had lost the tag, but in the project page where the hat that I knit an invisibility toque for my mother-in-law last Christmas with it, and with the leftovers I knit this, but I put in the thing that I'm pretty sure it's the Classy Base and the Cool Fire colorway.
It's a cute little hat.
I love this one. I don't know why this one's my favorite so far, but it's just so cute.
It's
so I did
very
this
cute.
one, and then I did
I love that one.
this one. The neon green is from Knit Picks. I don't know what the colorway is. I think it's pickle juice or pickle something. I'm pretty sure. It might be something else though, but I know one of the greens I got was that, and I'm pretty sure that's this one. And this is leftover that I had. This is from the Color Wheel. It's her Allison colorway. I knit the monster hat with mine, and I had just this much left over, and I thought it'd be cute to pair with this green.
It is very cute.
And then this hat, I used the leftover of the green to start off with, and then what I had left over from the Dream in Color, which turned out pretty cute. And then I have one more. That's cute. I was at Walmart getting stuff for a visit, and I was in the craft section, I walked by the yarn, and this is that, I think it's Burnett's Pop. There's all these kind of box store brands have the cake gradients out now. I got this one, and it goes from this hot pink to the light pink to white, and then the rest of the cake is this white to a light gray and a dark gray and maybe another pink.
Cute. I
did not do a good job weaving in my end at the top, apparently. I'll have to fix that, but I really like this. It's acrylic. It's not the best acrylic, but the colors are nice. I got that one, and I got one that is a blue gradient, so I could do some boy hats with it too. But the super quick knit, I really like the colors with it. I will say though, on this one, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see in person on camera, but the white, there's a lot of pink that bled into it, I guess, when it was being dyed.
Probably.
So that kind of made me sad, but it is whatever, and there's lots of dog hair, because I can't have anything come in my hands without it being covered in dog hair, apparently. No matter how hard we try. So I did 4 hats in July.
You go, Allie.
And I also finished my June hat. I don't have it with me. I don't remember which one was my June hat.
I don't even.
Maybe it was this.
Maybe it was.
No. I don't know. I think I finished at least one more hat. I think. I can't remember now. It feels like it's been a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it does really feel. This time is just flying by.
Have you finished anything else?
I did. I finished mine without a sound, and it's so pretty. I love it. Love it. Goes pretty with my purple shirt. This is yarn is from Unwind Yarn Company, and it is Lake Francis Sunrise, and I don't have my tag, so I don't know exactly what kind it was, but I love it. It's so pretty.
Very pretty.
Had lots of compliments on it.
Good. Well, you did a good job with it.
Thank you. Have you finished anything else?
Nope, that's all I have finished.
Well, that's plenty. You were on a hat roll.
I know. And I still haven't started mine for August, but I have my yarn ready.
Yep, I've got mine going.
Oh, you want to show it to us?
Sure. It is, since we're doing the blue, kind of a back-to-school theme, Surely to goodness there's a school somewhere that has a royal blue, navy bluish, gray. So I am just doing a little striped hat.
Pretty.
I thought it was cute.
I haven't been knitting a hat yet, but I did start a project. So I know our last podcast was when we were driving from SSK, and I know I talked about doing this. So I started this the next day. Or that day, actually, I think. Can't remember now. I was knitting on it the next day when we met with Rick to have sock club, so.
I think you went home and cast on that night. Wow, it's grown a lot. So pretty.
So I have been knitting on the Brave at Heart shawl by Lydia Brown. The yarn is from Knitty and Color. It is her Haunted Harvest colorway.
I love it.
This is a Halloween colorway. So it's not like a permanent colorway, but if you're watching this and it's not later and it's not Halloween, this is similar to her Whiskey and Wine colorway. This one has more oranges and browns. That one's like a lighter version, has more purples and creams. It's gorgeous too. That was gonna be that was the original one I was gonna get, and then she came out with this one, and I just loved this one just a little bit more. I love the oranges and the browns. It's very fall-y. Very, very pretty.
That's going to be pretty. That's going to be pretty with lots of things. It looks great on that black.
And it looks so nice on camera too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I wish I'd got some of that yarn that day.
I think she has some in her shop.
I'm sure she does. I'll have to check it out. Well, speaking of Brave Hearts, I finally cast mine on, and I've got it in my Fringe Supply Company bag that Allison got me for Christmas. I had
field bag, right?
Yes, my field. Yeah, I think so. I love it. I thought it's so good and sturdy. I just love them. I have, and I don't know what the colorway is. I am using Miss Babs Yowza. I had this going for something else, and I did not like the way it was looking. So
if you guys remember last year, we did a birthday knit along, and we were gonna do the Yowza weight shawls. We have both
frogged
out.
Yeah. Anyway, I started my Brave at Heart. I'm nowhere near as big as Allison's is, but
you started yours like what, 2 days ago?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually was knitting on it just a few minutes ago before she got here, but I love it. I really like it. And I've got a feeling there's going to be quite a bit of this left over. You might have enough to make you a hat.
I'm either going to, I don't know what I'm going to do with the leftovers of mine. I know I will have leftovers because I bought 2 skeins because I knew I would use one full skein and part of another. But like Max and I were talking about it, and he said that if I can, I should maybe keep going and just have a big shawl.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see where I'm at when I get to the end of the pattern, and then see. I'm sure it'd be easy to extend though.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. So, are you working on anything else?
No, that's all I've been working on. Okay. I have some knitting plans I brought with me, but that's all I've been working on.
Well, I got a plan too. I have started a. You like it?
Pretty.
This is Haverland.
Oh, of course it is.
And I love her yarn. And it was her. She does a fundraiser every month, and this was for Shark. Something about the water.
I meant to get that, and I kept forgetting.
So cool. Yeah. There it is. Look at all those pretty colors.
It's called Shark and Awe.
Shark and Awe. Yeah. But I was trying to think what the charity was, and I just threw the thing back down in there. But yeah. Her August colorway is really pretty, and I don't remember where that one's going to either, but it's real pretty.
I love her stuff.
And then my other whip is my Immune to Gravity. That's your pattern that I have been working on. And I'm on the last, where you do the 4 rounds for the drop stitches all the way across. So I am on the second row of the second round. So I only have about 5 more regular rows and bind off, and this baby is done.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like it. It's very pretty. And this
is huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it has. And I actually was afraid I'd run out of yarn, so I always forget my needles. I went 1 round less on this garter here. So
that's what's good about patterns. And that yarn's Leadingman Fiber Arts.
It is something about the sweater. Great sweater. I lost that tag and all this pulling in and out. I've been working on it at places, and who knows where it went. But that's all of my whips.
Okay, so I have 2 upcoming projects I was going to talk about, and we have one that's the same. Can we do that one first?
Sure.
Caffeinated Gert of the Caffeinated Crafting Podcast, who I went and visited with her a little bit yesterday, and we did a little 20-30 minute episode while I was there.
I haven't watched it yet.
So there's a little bonus episode for our podcast, I guess, and her podcast. We wish you could have been there, but you were at work.
I was at work.
We're hoping we can all get together sometime. And
wouldn't it be fun to do it?
Yeah. But I went over there because she and Wendy, Silly for the Sassy Pants in her podcast, and Mandy of the We Are Yarn podcast, all of them can be found on YouTube, and I will link them in the description box below. They are hosting a Fade into Fall KAL, and it is from now until November 1st, and if you have already been knitting one, they count. The whips count too. But it's for, I can't think of her name, but the faded shawls that wonderful designer whose name has left my brain has made. Is
it Amy something maybe?
Andrea,
maybe.
I can't remember. You guys know what we're talking about though. It's what are they called? There's the So Faded the sweater, Free Your Fade shawl. There's a What the Fade that's going to be a mystery along. What was the first one called though?
Free the Fade. I don't know. I'm trying
Find Your Fade.
Find Your Fade.
So any of those 4 patterns would count. So I went over to Daniela's because I had pulled out 6 skeins and I was trying to figure out, it didn't look right. One of them looked off, and we figured out which one looked off, but then I realized that for Free Your Fade, which is the one I want to knit because it has eyelets and I like eyelets, I only needed 3 colors. So I had a different skein there. Daniela and I traded because she had one that fit perfectly, but this is my plan. Okay. And I wound them all up before I got here. I was going to keep them in the skein, but I felt like winding them, so I'm kind of glad I did because I feel like I get to see the colors a little bit better. So first, I have this one. These are all from Primrose. We'll give you some side action so you can see the speckles a little bit more.
So pretty.
This is on her Helix base, and it is the Glowworm colorway.
Andrea Mowry is her name.
Okay. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
And then, this is the one I traded Daniela with. I traded her a skein of Hedgehog for this.
Oh, cool.
This is a big skein that she had, and she didn't really have... It's one of those where we were talking about, it's like you see it in the skein, and it's gorgeous, and you want it, and then you're like, what am I going to do with it? But this fit perfectly with mine.
Perfect with what you're doing.
This is called Space Oddity, I think. I'll double check. This is on her pearl base. Space Odyssey. Sorry, I was close. And then my third color...
I love all 3 of them. I don't know.
Is this. This is Amulet. This is on her single base. And when Danielle and I were talking last night, the plan was for me to do... What am I doing? I'm just asking for trouble. To do it like this and have it in the middle, which I like. However, our concern was that these 2, especially when they were in the skein, that you wouldn't notice that I was fading them. But when I wound them up, I feel like there is a bigger difference. Like there's a whole lot more green in Space Oddity or Odyssey than I realized. So I might
go this, and then that.
Yeah, do a gradual grade.
Oh, that'd be pretty too.
My plan as of now is to start with this one no matter what. And then before the second color, I'm going to put in a lifeline. And then start this one. And if they don't look good next to each other, I'll just rip back to that lifeline.
Put your dark in between.
And then do that in between. Because I like the idea of... This is where I'm stuck. I love the idea of it fading into the green and then fading back out. But I also love the idea of the green being the end.
Oh, I like the idea of the green being the end, too.
I'm torn on what I want to do. And I might change my mind again before I cast on, because I'm not sure when I'm going to cast on. I think I want to get, especially since this goes to November 1st, I think I would like to get maybe the Brave at Heart done, and then maybe another shawl. Just to get some stuff off the needles, because that was kind of what I wanted to do. But I do want to knit along with them, so I don't know. So I've still got a little bit of time to figure it out, but this is what I'm leaning towards if it looks good.
I really like it.
I do too, because I like the
like
idea
it, though, I don't know about that placing.
Yeah, I like the idea of it being a gradual fade, though, and with this having more green throughout than I realized, I think it might be a pretty gradual fade. So, I don't know. You guys will stay updated, though.
I like all three of them. I love these two.
Well, I bought these two to go together.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. I got these at
a show
at Stitches.
Oh, okay. I remember
got them
when
to
you got
go
them
together, and I had a purple that I was going to throw in. And I actually wouldn't mind. I don't. These aren't colors that I have in my stash, but like this yellow green. I thought about finding something
that had that in it.
Yeah, but when Daniela handed me this, I was like, well, no.
Oh, that's it.
I mean, well, they're from the same person. So these are all, they go together.
They go together.
I'm very excited about this, and I think this will look very pretty.
It's going to be gorgeous.
No matter which way I go. Like I said, I might change my mind by the time I cast on and do, for certain, we'll put this in the middle. But either way, I'm going to start with this one that way.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited. And then I'll have lots of leftovers, because this is like 600 something yards. So I'll have leftovers from this. And I thought maybe I could do socks with them.
That'd be cute socks.
Or something.
You can.
Or something. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I've probably got yarn upstairs for mine. But, you know, that Instagram thing that sucks you in. Okay.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, okay.
No.
How do you pronounce it? Haute Knit Yarn had posted that she was going to do an update. And I think she had a Find Your Fade. I think there was like 5 of them. But I didn't want all 5 of them. I wanted the 3. So I got, this will be my start. Isn't that what we decided? The light.
And it's looking pretty white or kind of gray on camera. It's more of a lavender base with all the speckles.
With the purple and the green.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go to this one that's got the green and the purple. A lot more green. And then it's going to go to that pretty purple one.
Which we all know, purple just does not show up super great on camera. But it's a little bit of a more richer purple in person. That's pretty close, actually. I feel like it's a more blue-based
purple.
Or more red-based purple in real life. It looks a little bit more blue on the camera, but yeah. So that will be her fade, which I feel like I think it's very funny. So I feel like these might be more your colors.
That's more your colors. Isn't that funny? But I just fell in love with these. It's like, this one especially should have been named for Allison. Purple is my favorite color. It's this one. This is Mossy Forest.
I love
this one.
I'm a sucker for white with speckles, though.
And this one's called Double Trouble.
And you could switch these and start off with the more speckled.
And go down to the mint. Yep, I could.
I don't know. I think I like it this way better.
Yeah, I like it that way better.
But that's kind of what's fun about it, is you can kind of...
But these are enough your colors that there may be enough left that you can have my leftovers and make something out of them for yourself.
And I can give you my leftovers.
And I can make something for myself.
We might do that.
All right. That's exciting. That's all I have to have.
My next plan is a weaving project. So, you guys might remember, I think last December, Mom, Danielle, or I guess maybe I'm in January. It was around Christmas. Mom, Danielle, and I went to the yarn store in Crossville. And Danielle and I got looms, and you got...
The potholder one.
The potholder loom that you probably still never
even took it. I have taken it out of the box. I just haven't made any potholders.
We need to do that one day.
We do need to do that one day.
So the reason I went and saw Daniela yesterday is because she has the heddle for fingering weight yarn, and like I've been talking to her, and I've been seeing all these wonderful woven projects, and I feel like one of the reasons I have been wanting to work on my loom is because of where I have it, but I don't really have another place to put it. I need to get a stand for it. But and another thing I think is I was using the yarn that came with it, which was purple and green. I thought I'd be fine with that. There's one that was a green skein, and the other one was purple, because I like purple and green together. But I was bored with it, I realized. So I was talking to Daniela, and I was like, could I borrow your fingering weight heddle? And I had a different idea planned, and then I remembered that I had this yarn.
That's going to be pretty.
This is from the Flying Kettle. This is her Bangarang colorway. So I went ahead and wound this one up. And I'm going to, today, I was going to do it this morning, but I didn't feel good this morning. I feel fine now, but I didn't feel good when I woke up, so I just kind of didn't really want to do anything. But I'm going to put this on the loom. And then I have another skein of it. So I'm going to make a scarf.
That'll be very pretty.
Because I bought this, and I was so excited about it. I've been wanting to knit it since I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my original plan was I was going to design something for it, but I'm not really doing that anymore. But no knitting project has really felt like it would go with it. Mm-hmm. I think this will be really cool woven, though.
Yeah, it will. It's going to make a gorgeous scarf.
So this is what it looks like in the skein, and this is what it looks like wound up. So
it's very pretty.
I'm very excited about that. And it's so soft. It's a...
Ooh, it is soft.
MCN 80 merino, 10 cashmere, 10 nylon. And I mean, it's very generous. It's like 460 something yards. And Daniela said that I'll definitely have leftovers. So
cool. Awesome. So you can give a little lesson. What's a nettle?
Heddle?
Heddle.
Heddle is the piece on the loom where you when you're warping it, it goes through.
Oh, okay.
And then whenever you like push it down. I don't know the terms. Sorry. When you push it down, that's what you use to push down.
Oh, okay. It's almost like combs it down.
Yeah, comb. That's kind of like the word I was looking for. That was an awful description, and people who weave
we're sorry. We're very sorry.
Like, you dummies. But I'm going to see if like a TV tray, like maybe I can hook it on a TV tray, and that way I can bring it over to the couch and sit more comfortably. Maybe that will help too.
You want to take one of these home with you?
No, we have like 6 TV trays.
Oh, okay.
We are fine on TV trays.
Okay.
It's just, I haven't tried that yet.
You haven't tried it yet?
Because I haven't wanted to weave, and I think it's more... It was partially where it was, but I think more so, the more I think about it, the more I think it was the project I was doing. Mm-hmm. So,
yes, because we all know that, because we all even know more than I've knitted. If I'm working on a project I like the pattern for, but I don't like the yarn, it's going to get laid to the side.
Exactly.
So that's probably the same thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's what we have planned. Hats for Kiddos real quick. We are in August. We are doing back to school theme. Mm-hmm. And we'll let you guys know what September's theme will be in the next podcast. Yeah, we're getting to the end. So in September, we're going to do a bonus episode that shows the prizes that we have so far. If you are someone that would like to donate a prize, just message one of us and let us know.
We greatly appreciate it.
And the deadline will be getting the hats to me. That will be October 31st. And our P.O. box is the same. I'll make sure it's in the Ravelry group for you guys, though. Yeah, it's almost time for you guys to start sending in the hats, though. So, yeah, still post your pictures of your finished hats for the monthly prizes.
Some of the cutest hats made, and we appreciate each and every one of them.
I'm very thankful for you guys. I really am. I've had a couple of people mention, like, they're excited to see what hats gets sent in this year. They really like seeing them. And one of the girls at work, she has a kid, and she took some of the extras and he has 2 of the hats now. And she said that he loves those hats and he wants to wear them all the time.
Oh,
so the hats are very appreciated by my families and all the families that we work with.
So sweet. Well, you can give knit love into them. And let them think those little kids can feel that. Well, some of them, even the extras, sometimes go to the siblings. So everybody that gets one can feel that love that's knitted in. Yeah, we try and make sure that all the kids that we actually work with get a hat. And then the bigger hats are divided up between siblings and the Girl Scout group that we team up with. And then any extra from those, they just stay at the daycare center for kids in case a kid shows up and they're going outside and they don't have a hat, and they can take the hat for outside. So it really works out. And then one year not last year, but the year before, there was a clothing drive at one of the schools for homeless kids and families. And so we donated all the leftovers to them. So they've all been given out to the community in one way or another. So awesome.
All right, so books. Well, I finished 2 books. I finished reading The Address by Fiona Davis. You guys know that we love Fiona Davis. She is the author of The Dollhouse. The Address is now out. I think it came out like August 1st.
It's on my Audible to listen to next.
I read it, so I'll be curious to see what you think of the Audible version. I hope it's the same lady who did The Dollhouse, because she did a great job. But I'll read the about real quick. A compelling novel about the thin lines between love and loss, success and ruin, and passion and madness. Oh, wait. I forgot. This doesn't have all the information for some reason. Well, basically, The Address was really, really good. Out of the 2, I would say The Dollhouse was better, but The Address is really good. Still that same writing style of, we get the past and then, not the present, but it's like 1985, and it's really neat to see how she incorporates it. Like, in 1985, Bailey will find something out, and then, but not completely, and then it'll go back to Sarah's part of the story, and you get to find out what actually happened. I wrote a review about it, and I'll post a link to it. I'm drawing blanks, but I gave it 4 stars. It was really, really good, and I highly recommend it, especially if you like historical fiction and books about relationships, and I don't know, I felt like the women were really strong characters, and it was really good, and I can't wait to see what book she comes out with next.
It's not narrated by the same person. Tavia Gilbert narrated The Dollhouse, and it looks like there's a couple, Saskia Marlavelle and Brittany somebody.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of neat that they...
It's kind of neat. So, but yeah, that's going to be... I was so excited. It was on one of those deals of the something.
Cool.
As far as finishing anything. But I did finish... Did I tell you guys that I finished the Chip and Joanna Gaines story, book, the Magnolia story? I loved it. They read it. If you're a fixer-upper fan, Chip's just a nut. It's very interesting how they met, their background. They're just like normal people. They started a business. Sometimes they lived by, very paycheck to paycheck, didn't know where money was going to come from, and they've just been blessed throughout their life. So it was a great story, and I'll listen to again just because I like them, and I really enjoyed it. So it's in there if you ever want to listen to it.
Good, thank you. I also finished reading The 12 Lives of Samuel Howley. This was by Hannah Tinty. I loved this book. Okay, I got this like forever ago as an ARC, like at the beginning of the year, and I was reading it, and then I went into that, in the middle of reading it, I got into that, my little couple months where I just was not reading, and which killed me because this book was so good, but I just could not read. I know a lot of you understand where I'm coming from with that. I picked this one back up recently, and I was immediately back in the story. I remembered every little thing from before, and I feel like that's a really good sign of an author, because I am crap at remembering things. But I finished this. I gave this 5 stars. It's a literary fiction piece. It's about family relationships, father-daughter relationships. It's about it might be kind of a coming-of-age story in regards for the daughter. It's about family secrets. There's a little bit of a mystery. It's really, really good. But I'll read the description real quick. A father protects his daughter from the legacy of his past and the truth about her mother's death in this thrilling new novel from the prize-winning author of The Good Thief. After years spent living on the run, Samuel Howley moves with his teenage daughter Lou to Olympus, Massachusetts. There, in his late wife's hometown, Howley finds work as a fisherman, while Lou struggles to fit in at school and grows curious about her mother's mysterious death. Haunting them both are 12 scars Howley carries on his body from 12 bullets in his criminal past, a past that eventually spills over into his daughter's present, until together they must face a reckoning yet to come. This father-daughter epic weaves back and forth through time and across America, from Alaska to the... you told me how to pronounce that, and I don't remember. Adirondacks?
Something like that.
Adirondacks? I think that's how you say
it.
Adirondacks, okay. Both of a coming-of-age novel and a literary thriller, The 12 Lives of Samuel Howley explores what it means to be a hero, and the cost we pay to protect the people we love. It was so good, though.
It sounds good.
What I like about it is it's broken up in, like, there's the main story, and it does skip ahead a little bit, but it's fine. And then it will go back. So, like, it'll be a chapter about them, like, them as a father and daughter and what they're doing, and then it will be, the next chapter will be bullet one. It'll take you back to when he was younger and how he, I think they say bullet one, and it'll tell you, like, how he got that first scar. But he's a con man, and he had a lot of goings and comings and things. It's really, really interesting, and
sounds good.
You get the history of how he met her mom, and the best part, though, is the grandmother is a spinner, a yarn dyer, and I think a weaver.
Oh,
and like, so that they mention that a lot. Not a lot. They mention that some in the book, which was really, really cool. Like, when I remember it was in the first time she met her grandmother, or maybe it was the second time. She goes over there and the grandmother's hands are dyed blue because she was dying with, like, indigo dyes and stuff.
So is that on your reader, or is it a book?
It's on my...
You write on your
It's
reader?
on my Kindle. But it is one that... I got it as an advanced copy. Advanced e-copy. That is one that I will buy.
Oh, okay.
And it's been out for a while, so you guys can go get it. I can't recommend it enough, especially if you are a literary fiction fan and you like books that are about relationships, some familial relationships, and like I said, it's a thriller. I don't know if I'd put thriller. There's some, obviously, because there is the con artist aspect and there is a bit of a mystery, so I guess there might be some thriller. I would say there's a small bit of mystery in it. It is really good. I can't speak highly enough of it.
Awesome.
I like it more than The Dollhouse.
Oh, then I'm very excited to read that one.
But at the same time, I don't know if they're comparable. Because, hers is more historical fiction. This is more literary fiction, which I tend to like a little bit more. So, yeah. It's been my favorite.
Oh, that's great.
That I've read of the year, definitely.
You finished any more?
No, that's all I finished.
Okay. I have started... Well, I've got a couple of things going. We, on Wednesday nights at church, we are doing Lisa TerKeurst, The Uninvited book. So we're reading that together as a group, and it's 6 weeks, and it's talks about rejection and lots of other things. So I'm reading on that book for that. And I'm also have started listening to Lady Cop Makes Trouble. I love those Lady Cop books.
Is that the second one?
That's the second one.
I haven't started it yet. It's on my work phone, and I was going to start it recently, but then a new book came out, and I started it instead.
Okay, well, I'm listening to this one anyway, so when I get done. But it's really good. I really like those characters.
I do too. I'm a big fan. Yeah, so you'll have to let me know when you're done.
I will. Let you know as soon as I'm done.
Did you already have a copy?
No, it was on...
It's on mine then. Okay,
it's on yours.
Sure. What I'm listening to is The Lion Game by Ruth Ware, which just came out either this past week or the week before. Ruth Ware is the author of The Woman in Cabin 10 and In a Dark, Dark Wood. I've read both of those. I really, really liked both of those, and I pre-ordered this because I wanted, because I really liked her other books. I have about 2 hours left, and I definitely like this the most so far out of the 3. So I'll be curious to see what the other 2 are like, or the last 2 hours are like. This is her highly anticipated 3rd novel featuring her signature verve and energy. On a cool June morning, Isa Wilde, a resident of the... No, I'm trying to remember if that's how they pronounced her name. Yes, Isa. Isa Wilde, a resident of the seemingly idyllic coastal village of Sultan, is walking her dog along a tidal... This is not how the book goes. The synopsis of this is not what the book is. This is not how the book starts.
Has that happened in the book?
No, this is not why they're back at Sultan. Well, I would read you guys the synopsis, but the synopsis on Audible and Goodreads is not how the book goes at all. I found a synopsis that seems right on Amazon. On a cool June morning, a woman is walking her dog in the idyllic coastal village of Sultan along a tidal estuary known as the Reach. Before she can stop him, the dog charges into the water to retrieve what first appears to be a wayward stick, but to her horror, turns out to be something much more sinister. The next morning, 3 women in and around London, Fatima, Thea, and Isabel, receive the text that they had always hoped would never come from the fourth in their formerly inseparable clique, Kate, that says only, "I need you." The 4 girls were best friends at Sultan, a second-rate boarding school set near the cliffs of the English Channel. Each different in their own way, the 4 became inseparable and were notorious for playing the lying game, telling lies at each turn to both fellow boarders and faculty with varying states of serious and flippant nature that were disturbing enough to ensure that everyone steered clear of them. The myriad and complicated rules of the game are strict. No lying to each other, ever. Bail on the lie when it becomes clear it is about to be found out. But their little game had consequences, and the girls were all expelled in their final year of school under mysterious circumstances surrounding the death of the school's eccentric art teacher, Ambrose, who also happens to be Kate's father. Atmospheric, twisty, and with just the right amount of chill that will keep you wrong-footed, which has now become Ruth Ware's signature style, The Lying Game is sure to be her next big bestseller. So see, it's a lot different.
A whole lot different.
It's a whole lot different. That has just messed with me with it being wrong on 2 other platforms, especially Goodreads, because that's normally what I link to. So I'll be sure to link to Amazon as well, just so you can read the more correct, I feel like, not I feel like, the more correct synopsis of the story. It's very, very good so far. It is very much like Ruth Ware's stuff, Ruth Ware's other books. I read one in a physical copy, and I listened to the other one, but they pull you in. They're very well written. They're very interesting characters. She does the mystery thriller, but they're a little, like, I don't know, she has her own little kind of flair with it. I think they're very good. This one's really, really good, and I'll be curious. It's about to unravel, and so I started to press play on the way over here, but it's like a 10-15 minute drive.
I know,
I was just like, so I'm either going to wait till maybe tomorrow when I'm just knitting or something,
put your headphones in.
Yeah, or I'll just wait till Monday because I'll be able to finish it on Monday with my driving. So I don't want to do the stop and go because I know I'm in that last part where something's about to happen.
I know it.
I can already recommend it, especially if you are a psychological thriller fan and if you've read Ruth Ware's other 2 books and really like them. This one you will definitely like.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm going to go off base a little bit because there is a movie that I wish was a book, Kidnapped, Holly Berry's new movie. Some of the girls at work went to see it, and they say it's awesome, that it's a wonderful thriller. So I have looked and searched to see if it is a book, and I don't think it is. I think it was just the movie that was written by somebody. So, but the people that have seen it, so if you're movie fans and you like that kind of movie, also like we like the books, they recommend going and seeing it. So, but I was a little disappointed that it wasn't a book because as soon as they started talking about it, I said, I've got to see if that's a book. But what I have found, it's not. It was just a movie that was written.
I'm also reading The Dinner by, I'm assuming, Henry Koch? I'm not sure. I don't know. Koch or Koch? I don't know. This one I've had on my list to read for a while, and it's been recommended to me by a handful of people, and I bought it at Books A Million. I think it was on sale or something one day, and I have another one of his books that I got for like $3 at the dollar store, at the Dollar General. Like, I've gone and looked at books there before, but I went one day and got like 5 or 6 like books that sounded really interesting. I haven't read any of them yet, but I have them on my shelf. But this is, it's a summer's evening in Amsterdam, and 2 couples meet at a fashionable restaurant for dinner. Between mouthfuls of food and over the scrapings of cutlery. How do you say that?
Silverware.
Utensils. The conversation remains a gentle hum of polite discourse, but behind the empty words, terrible things need to be said. With every forced smile and every new course, the knives are being sharpened. Each couple has a 15-year-old son. The 2 boys are united by their accountability for a single horrific act. An act that has triggered a police investigation and shattered the comfortable, insulated worlds of their families. As the dinner reaches its culinary climax, the conversation finally touches on their children. And as civility and friendship disintegrate, each couple shows just how far they are prepared to protect those they love. I am just barely in it. I'm first half. They're still getting, like, the main course still hasn't come.
Mm-hmm.
It is very good, very well written, very interesting.
Oh, good.
The only reason I probably haven't finished it, honestly, is because I wanted to get the 12 Lies of Samuel Hawley finished. So I'll probably be picking that back up to read again soon. But I'm really liking it. It
sounds good.
It's really good so far. I don't know yet what the incident is.
Mm-hmm.
They've alluded to a couple of things, but I don't really know exactly what happened yet, and so I'll be excited to find out. But yeah, if you've read this, I'd like to know your thoughts on it. I feel like most people that have read it seem to have liked it. And he has another book out that came out not that long ago that sounded good. I can't think of what it's called, though. And it doesn't say in here. I thought it might. But, yeah. So.
Now you going to talk about your outing last week?
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. So, I bailed on Mom last week because two of the girls at work, well, it's going to be four, including me, they were going to go to McKay's in Nashville. And McKay's is a used bookstore. There's like 5 throughout Tennessee.
There's one in
there's like one in
Chattanooga, Knoxville, and Nashville. I know of those 3.
I could have sworn there was more, but I can't remember now. But it's just a big used bookstore, and I've never been to the one in Nashville, and they go like a couple times a year. And we went, and I went through my book. They messaged me on Thursday, and they were going to go Saturday, so I messaged Mom. And I was like, do you care if I cancel on you? And she said that was fine. And we had a great time, and I brought 8 of my books and 2 of Max's books to turn in to try and get credit. I got like $5.60 in credit or something like that. It was ridiculous. And what you can do is the books that they don't take, you can take them back. And I said, no, that's fine, because if you leave them there, they just... I think they put them on the table to give away, or I don't know what they do with them. Or you can take them back and put them on the table and give away. I kind of wish I'd done that now, because I'm curious which ones they didn't take. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But one of the girls, she only brought, I think, 3 things. She brought 2 books and a VHS, and they actually took the VHS, and she got 59 cents for it. Best part, though, that 59 cents paid for 2 books. Because she found a book for a nickel and a book for, like...
So I have taken books, and I've got money enough to buy some good books, and then I have taken books and them not want to give me anything for them. It kind of depends upon what kind they are, how old they are, but I love that place.
Well, and the other girl, she brought in 3 boxes of stuff, and she ended up getting like $80. But I mean, she brought in a box of DVDs and like Harry Potter book, like she had all these books. So, but I did end up with 4 books, 3 of which are on my to be read list, and one was one that I just found. One of the ones I got The Love Affairs of Nathaniel P. by Adele Waldman. This is one that I remember one of my knitting friends on Instagram, she posted it, and the cover was just really appealing to me. The cover. It's really, really pretty. And she said it was really good. I had went to buy it one day, and I read what it was about, and I wasn't really sure. When I saw it there, though, and I was like, it was $7.50 for the hardback, I was like, that seems like a good price, so I went ahead and got it. And I'm not going to read what these are about, because it will be here forever. But I just wanted to show you guys what I got. So I got this.
I will see.
Yes.
I love that cover.
And then I also got, this one I was super excited about. This is The Party by Robin Harding. This book just came out in June, and I had just read a review of this on one of the book blogs that I follow, like the week before. So I had literally just found out about this book, and I found it there for $13. So cool. This one I'm very, very excited about. And then I also picked up The Dry by Jane Harper. I've been wanting to read this for months. The author's from Australia, and it just sounds like a really cool kind of thriller mystery. I was gonna listen to it because I heard the audio book's very good or the Audible books, well, same thing. The Audible is really good for this, but when I saw this, I went ahead and grabbed it too.
Party sounds great.
And then I picked up this one. I saw this there, and it just sounded interesting. It's another not psychological, maybe. Well, it could be. It's kind of like a mystery thriller. This is called Darling Jim, and the I will read a little bit about this, just the first sentence. It says, when two sisters and their aunt are found dead in their suburban Dublin home, it seems that the secret behind their untimely demise will never be known. Max read the about, and he goes, well, apparently it starts with 3 deaths, so you'll probably like it. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much why I picked it up. So I brought in 10 books. I got $6 back, basically, and got 4 books. But it covered...
one of them.
Yeah, it paid for this.
Yeah.
With a little bit left over, so.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I went ahead and got this. But they're funny, because I shop differently than they do. They both had carts, and they would just, anything they were interested in, they would just throw in the cart, and then at the end they would go through and like, price check, and then decide what they didn't want, and put back what they didn't want. And they actually do go back to where it goes, and put it back. They didn't just drop it wherever. And that's just not how I shop. I add as I go, and I'm like,
yes,
this is it. And I had planned on, maybe putting some of these back if I found other things, but I was done shopping early. But I had a great time. I enjoyed walking around and walking with them, and it was just a really, really nice store.
Is it set up like the old ones were? They used to have the vinyl records. Do they have those?
Yes, it's on the bottom floor it's all books, and then the top floor is vinyls and CDs.
And DVDs.
And DVDs are on the bottom floor, too.
Awesome. We'll have to go.
You said that you've been listening to podcasts, though.
I have been listening to podcasts.
You'd recommend?
Well, it depends upon what you want to listen to. I've just been looking for...
I'm going to knit while she talks.
A couple in our church lost a child unexpectedly, and she was 9 years old. So it's been really hard on everybody. And so I've been kind of searching to listen to peaceful things. I haven't really wanted any drama or anything. So I have been listening to, does anybody ever watch Whoa Susanna on Facebook? Have you ever watched the Whoa Susanna videos? Okay, she's hilarious. So she does a podcast with a girl named Anna. And they're just kind of real. They lay it out there. It is Christian based. They've actually started doing a Bible study and that sort of thing. So I've been listening to them just because I think they're funny. It's just easy stuff to listen to. And then I have been listening to That Sounds Fun with Annie F. Downs. She's from Nashville, Franklin area. Mm-hmm. And hers is Christian based also, but she's had so many good people on there, and I always love how she ends every one of hers is what's something you would recommend and fun. And it's so funny to listen to all these people that do all these things with all this talent and all this, how they write their books and what they look for and that sort of thing. So it's been just kind of learning podcast and relaxing podcast. But then I've been, it was very interesting on hers, and maybe all 3 of them. The other one was For the Love with Jen Hatmaker. She's an author, too, and a speaker. Hers is a new podcast, and she's only done like 4 or 5 weeks. But hers first set has been on friendship. Mm-hmm. So she has looked at friendship different ways with different people on there and how they look at friendships. And I can't remember which of the 3 podcasts, but they said that a lot of things that people were going to see, like at conferences and stuff at churches, that they thought that a lot of the topics for the upcoming year were going to be geared toward women's friendships. Because how important they are in women's lives. So for the last Jen Hatmaker one, for the last week of friendship, she put it out on Facebook. And she couldn't just pick one great friendship story. She picked 2 great friendship stories. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, they were so good. You don't need to listen to them with your makeup on though when you go into work because you cry. But it was just... they've been great. It's been fun. So if you're looking for that kind of podcast, something with Christian-based, faith-based, friendship-based, that sort of thing, I would recommend any of those. Anna and Susanna show, That Sounds Like Fun with Annie F. Downing, and then For the Love with Jen Hatmaker. And of course, you always go back to, what's the Crime Writers On? You know, you always... I love to listen to them.
They're so funny.
They are so funny. And actually, she's going to be doing one that's coming up.
HGTV.
Her HGTV, and she mentioned something happened. I didn't get to finish listening to the last of it, but I think they're actually starting to work on that one now.
Yeah,
so.
I think the first episode's ready, it's recorded, and maybe they're getting it ready. If that makes sense.
Maybe
I think that's what she said.
That's what she said. So that's kind of where I've been.
Okay.
But I've enjoyed them. I like listening to them. As much almost as I do listening to a good book. It's almost like you're driving and they're sitting right beside you talking.
I understand exactly what you're talking about.
But that's all I have.
That's all I have.
That's all I have.
All right. So we will plan on seeing you guys in hopefully a couple weeks.
So happy knitting, happy knitting,
reading, just sitting on your butt, whatever you want to do.
It's Saturday. Scott's at work. Allie will be going home. I've got to get some things done. They're so far behind. But it's probably going to be see if there's something on Netflix or something to binge watch. Mm-hmm. And
I bet you'll find something.
I'll find something. And I have something for you before you leave. Because you've gifted me with lots of knitted things. So I hope you enjoy it.
No!
Yes.
Aww. Oh, the camera went blurry.
Aww.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna cry.
Don't you cry.
I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you.
I love you. Aww.
She's admired it so much. And she's knitted for me all these years, and I've not knitted her a thing. And she's very knit-worthy.
Aw, thank you.
You're welcome. You do need to block it, though. I'll just tell you I didn't get that far.
Well, I don't want to.
Well, then just wear it.
It's actually fine, not blocked. And maybe when I'm blocking other things, maybe I'll block it.
Throw it in there. But enjoy.
Well, thank you. I love it.
You're welcome.
You're sweet.
Wow.
Well, thank you guys. I guess we'll end on that. So we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.
In a couple of weeks.
Have a good one.